Hi, I'm Peggy Scott. I'm the assistant publisher of Leader Newspapers, and today I'm here to help you with the art challenge. We're going to be making a paper hat. The art challenge is brought to you by the Twin City Area Optimist Club. So in order to make a paper hat, you need some paper. You can really use any kind of paper, but I'm going to recommend that you use this paper. This is the Leader. You have one at your house, and this is just the right size for making a paper hat. So what you'll need is one piece of the paper, a whole piece of the newspaper. So I'm going to take a piece of the paper from inside, but it doesn't matter which page you take. So the whole piece of paper like this, and we're going to put it down on our workstation. And the first thing we have to do is to refold this so that it's actually in half. When newspapers are printed, the printing press requires them to have an overlap. So you'll notice that your two pieces, the front page and the back page, aren't exactly even. So you're going to refold them so you match them up, the edge to edge, so that it is even. And come down and put a new crease. So now you have two sides that are exactly the same size. So you have your paper refolded. You're going to take the top that has the folded edge, and that'll be at the top of our workstation. And then the open edges are down at the bottom. So you need something to measure the middle of the paper. So if you have a ruler, that's great, but your ruler may be not big enough to go all the way across the paper. So you can use something like a tape measure. This is one for sewing, or even a giant yardstick. So if you take the yardstick and measure the paper, you'll see that it is 14.5 inches tall. So half of that is 7 1/4. So I'm going to mark that with a pen. So now I know where the middle of my paper is. So the next step is to make the pointy part for the hat. So you're going to put your finger here at where you just made the mark and fold down this edge of the paper and make a nice crisp crease. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So now we have a nice pointy hat at the top. So at the bottom there's the two pages. So you're going to want to fold up only the top part so that it matches to the bottom of where these folded corners came down. You fold up one side. And again, put a nice crisp crease. Then we're going to take our hat and flip it over. Now this is the part where you decide how big your hat is going to be. So this, you can make it so that it fits your head. And the best way to do that is through trial and error. So I have tried a couple of different hats, so I know that I need to fold my paper over just a little bit more than an inch. If you have a bigger head, you're going to want to make it a little smaller. If you have a smaller head, you make it a little bigger. And we'll do the same on both sides. And I've got my hat looks like this, and we have that one last flap to come up. Again, it just matches up. Take it across here, a nice crisp crease, and my hat is done. Just open it up. It's ready to be put on your head. So now you have a paper hat. And if you want, you can take your paper hat and give it some decorations. So I use some Sharpie markers that I happen to have at my house. So you can I put a flower on there so that everyone will know that's my hat. But you can make any kind of decorations. You can even paint them if you want to. You wouldn't want to get it too wet, but you can draw on them or decorate them. So that's how you make a paper hat. I'd love to see yours. Be sure you send it in so that you can be part of the art challenge for the Leader. Thank you.